All right, good day, everybody. It's raining out today, and I'm working in the shop right now. And as you can see, it's a nice, rainy, warm day right here. And it's been about 80 degrees up here, steady for the last week and a half. We've been anywhere from 70 to probably 85 degrees up here in northeastern Ontario. Black flies are out, mosquitoes are out, but anyway, I'm working in the shop today, and we'll get to that. But anyway, the 80s outside in the rain where I don't like to have it. But if you look out here, check that out. I'm getting my sea container slash parking area, parking lot cleaned. I grubbed and brushed all this out in here. She's gone. If you look at my previous videos, you'll see everything here is gone. All pushed back into the swamp in there. So anyway, that's just what I've been working on. I've been working on all kinds of different things. So working out for people, you'll see videos on that with the 80. And anyway, what I'm working on today, I'm working on this Ford powerstroke. So there it is. She's a bit dusty, and I'm going to be pulling that thing out. 1995 Ford right there, 4-wheel drive, regular cab, 8-foot box, 7.3 powerstroke. And as far as I'm concerned, probably one of the most bulletproof diesels out there, the 7.3 powerstroke. Absolutely bulletproof. If you do your maintenance on these 7.3s, they were an excellent motor. And you know what? They can't meet today's emission standards. I understand that, but you know what? These motors, if you took care of them, forget all the emission garbage they've got and computerized this and that today. That 7.3 right there is a bulletproof motor. I would say it's damn near running neck and neck with the Cummins straight 659 turbo diesel. I'm talking non-emission, non-computerized, and completely smogged out motors. I'm talking just straight up good old diesels. This 7.3 right here, man, that is a 444 cubic inch V8 diesel behind me in that truck. It's actually a big motor for the truck when you think about it, considering that the 5.9 is 360 cubic inch straight 6-cylinder turbo diesel, and it produces a little bit different torque value because it's an I6 inline diesel, which they in turn produce a different torque, the straight 6s versus the V8s. But you know what? This particular motor in these trucks, it was just an absolute rock solid combination. This is the 95 powerstroke, direct injection with a Garrett turbo on the back of this thing too. So there it is right there. And what's going on today with this is kind of common with these trucks. What's going on today is we got a no start, and I'm pretty sure it's on the glow plug relay on this. It's pretty common on these 7.3s to have a problem with your glow plug relay, and if it's not your glow plug relay, chances are it's your glow plugs themselves. It's usually one of the two. But I'm going to take a chance, and I got a glow plug relay. I've had it for a while, actually since the fall. This truck's been stored inside. So anyway, we're going to change a glow plug relay on this thing, and we'll go from there. But when I bought this 7.3 powerstroke diesel years ago, I bought this truck off a very meticulous owner. This guy bought this truck brand new. That's a one owner. I am the second owner on this powerstroke, and he was very meticulous. So the first thing he did, and he told me, was he bought all the supplementary books, the actual service manuals on the 95 F-Series powerstroke, and that would be your vans and your small dumps, anything 7.3 from that era. I've got all the books on the body, the chassis, and the turbo diesel supplement manual. And when you go in here, and that's what's nice about these, this book is based solely on that powerstroke. You get in there, and it talks about your glow plug relays, how to test your relays, and how to change them. It's just a very good book to have. And whenever you're going to have something long term, it's always nice to have a service manual on. Anyway, that's what I work out of, so that's where I get my ideas on what's going on. And there's the relay right there. 7.3 power stroke glow plug relay. And I can't say for sure because I ordered this, actually MJ ordered this online. I'm hoping it's the right one. I think it is. I looked at that one, so we will go in there. We're going to pull that right now and we'll go from there. Here's what we got to start. You've got your weight to start. As you can see, your weight to start on the dash. No start. You got a no start. You got your weight to start on that, but you got a no start situation on the 7.3 power stroke. So first thing that comes to mind, glow plug relay. We're going to check it out and we'll go from there. So your glow plug relay. Get some light here. You got really piss poor lighting. I got 2 more lights I got to put up in the back of the shop too. I'm going to get. So your relay, if you're looking on these 7.3s, smoky old bear, right there. You go underneath there. We'll yank this top cover up. There's your glow plug relay right there, right on top of that 7.3 dead nut center. So all right, we're going to pull off this plastic cover here first and get at that. I'm no mechanic. I've stated that before. I just do a little bit here and a little bit there. But if you want a diesel mechanic, I am not a diesel mechanic. I just state that right away in my video. There's lots of websites or lots of YouTube channels where these guys are top notch. All right, and there you got that top of that old 7.3 right there, and there is what you're looking for right there. That's your glow plug relay. And one of those is a constant hot side. They actually recommend that you disconnect the battery, and probably with good reason, because there's a hot side on there all the time. But I'm not going to disconnect the battery. But I am gonna put a little juice in these terminals because there's nothing worse. All right, that's looking like maybe. I'm guessing those are 9/16 on that relay. Metric. Nope, they're half. My mistake. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be. That could be part of the problem. I barely touched it. Oh, for God's sakes. Look at that relay. I barely touched that relay. Have a look. I barely put any torque on that at all, and she's just completely crumbled. And it actually looks like it got overheated on the inside. Okay, so here we go. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to disconnect the batteries. I wasn't going to because I thought I could take it off without pulling the batteries, disconnecting the batteries, but guess what? I think I'm going to. So because those terminals broke off on that right away, that plastic has been heated, it's very fragile. As soon as I touched those studs in that relay, it broke. And I was going to take a shortcut and not take off the hot side of these batteries and do it without going to ground. But you know what? I'm going to take it apart now. Because now the task is made just a little bit more difficult. So I just took off that intake side, for that air draw system for your air filter there, and I'm going to pull off these, the hot side of these battery terminals. We don't need to worry about the ground so much, but we're going to pull off the hot side on this, just to be careful. All right. Got to be careful with those. And this truck is running double batteries in this truck. 2 batteries, 1 in each side. And they only put 2 batteries in these trucks, these HD trucks, and that's for when you're running heavy draw items, maybe continuous duty, hard, heavy duty, snow plowing, whatever. Anything that's going to put a heavy draw or take a bunch of power continuously, maybe. Hard working, they put these dual battery setups on here. That's really why they run dual batteries. Heavy lighting, heavy workload, then they run a 2 battery system. So we got both hot sides on this undone, so now we'll work on this relay. All right, let's have a little look-see. All right, there you go. You've got the same relay. Yeah, now she looks tough. So we'll carry on. Isn't it worse? Nothing worse than piss poor lighting. I'm the master. Okay, now we got to get these. Very poor. Okay, we'll just carry on. All right, we got to get this undone. We got to get these posts. These posts are absolutely cracked. So we got to get these off. Right there. Was that half or 9 or metric or what? No, it's half. Oh yeah, she's just crumbling. All right. So there you go there. There's one terminal off of that relay. And you can't really mix the wiring up on this relay because it's kind of all bent in its kind of fixed position. So look at that plastic, it's just cooked. I don't want to speak too soon, I just hope it's the relay, and by the looks of it, it probably is the glow plug relay on a no start. And this relay I think was changed probably 6 years ago. It's already been done. Okay, there's number 2 stud off that relay done, which is nice. All right, we got both. So chances are good that you got a hot side coming in this relay. When your key's on, you've got 12 volts coming to this steady. And then when you turn your key on, you close up that relay, it goes through that relay, and in turn, the 12 volts then goes to your glow plug, and it's on a timer, I would assume, and it is tied into a barometric pressure sensor too that senses a barometric pressure. I was reading that in the book, and it will determine how long the glow plugs stay on. So I guess you could call that barometric pressure sensor the actual timer for the amount of time that this stays on. Okay, we'll carry on. I I'm not by any means a mechanic, but guess what? If I had to take my equipment into a shop every time I wanted something repaired or every time I wanted something adjusted, I'd be broke. It's just not something you can do. Let's see what we are here. It's just not something you can affordably do every time you get a hick off. You can't take your equipment to a shop and have somebody else work on it. That just doesn't fly. Now I'm looking for the right size Klein nut driver for this. Okay, that just absolutely, look at this beauty. It's falling apart in my hands. I just went to crack the nut loose. Check that out. I just cracked that little nut loose with the Klein and the whole thing fell apart in my hands. So this relay, I would say, is just cooked. Just cooked. Oh, she's not looking pretty. Not pretty at all. Oh, what happened? Huh. Everything is very fragile, I see on this. Very fragile. So it's been heating up for a long time and cooling and heating and cooling, and it's so fragile now, you just touch it. Okay, there we go. The plastic just absolutely crumbles in your hands. And that's from the heat-cool cycles of the relay, I'd assume. Over the years. That's all it's doing that, making that plastic very frail. And all you master mechanics out there, if there are any, you can give me shit for how I work. Oh. And it's full black fly season out here too. You go outside the shop and okay. Now, I see. So if you look, you guys, I just see that kind of smells like mouse piss under here. Okay, so I really didn't have to undo those. I just realized that's a direct plug. And see what you don't realize when you're working on something. Okay, so actually, I didn't even have to break those two terminals off of there, really, because it's just a quick plug. I just noticed that now. And it's already rewired in on the new one. It's wired in. And pretty simple, really, when you look at it and know what's going on. Okay, so let's pull that piece of shit off of there. That's the wrong size. I like Klein tools too. Oh, she's gonna have to have a shot. I like good name brand tools too. Klein makes a hell of a good set of nut drivers. Whether I'll get them out with this, I have no idea. Oh, nope. 5/16. We had to get a little more power here. Sorry for the lighting, you guys. There's going to be better lighting in here. Not only am I going to get a better work light for under the hood, but I got 2 more lights, and I'm going to get the brightest ones I can. LED for the back of the shop. I got 4 up. I need 2 more, at least 2 more. All right. You need that bracket to support your... All right, so there we go. All right, have a look at that thing. She's pretty frail. The plastic was just super delicate. It like cracked like nothing, putting a little bit of pressure in there. So anyway, there's your relay, and we'll put the old one back on, and then we're going to give her. And you can see, it looks like the old owner was in here, because this was a problem with these Ford Power Strokes, these glow plug relays. You can see he's got relay, $113 for the kit, $80 without kit. Glow plugs, $21 a piece, and that's probably quite a while ago. I think this relay was $90, or like I say, $19.99 on sale in the United States of America, or $89.99 in Canada on sale. Okay, so let's have a little look. And they don't give you the mounting screws. So we got to clean up these mounting screws. All right, so they don't give you the mounting hardware for that either, so you got to kind of just clean up these little rusty guys a little bit, and then put a little bit of lube on them before you stick them back in there. And they were pretty tight coming out, and they are a little bit corroded up, so you know what? I'm going to make sure when they go back in, they're not going in the same way they came out, because I'm a real nut job when it comes to anti-seize. That's just the way it is. Okay, we're going to put some anti-seize on these things, and then we're going to go back and we're going to put her back together. I'm going to grab some anti-seize. I have used so much anti-seize in my life, and today we're using Loctite. Loctite's version of anti-seize. Been using it my whole life. And for anybody that, of course, doesn't know me or my channel or new to the channel, I spent many years in heavy industry, many years as a heavy industrial mechanic millwright, heavy equipment fixer, like heavy equipment, like big stuff. Like drives, chains, gearboxes, gearing, shafts, couplings, bearings, housings, fitting, welding. Did a lot of machining, did a lot of installation, did a lot of tearing out. Did very little damage in my career, really, no boast or brag, but minimal damage. But I had a pretty good run in heavy industry for my life, for at least 30 years. So, I don't really mind working on stuff. I find it kind of relaxing and enjoyable to a point. I just don't like shit. I don't want to work on junk. If this truck said made in China, I wouldn't be at all happy doing this. In fact, I wouldn't even own it. It wouldn't be here. I just don't like junk. Junk just causes you nothing but grief down the road, and you're saving no money by buying cheap. You buy cheap, you'll buy twice. That's just how it is, man. I know some people won't agree with it, and I'm probably the most opinionated guy in friggin' YouTube. There's no doubt about it, but I don't care. I just don't see you. I don't see you getting ahead by buying cheap. Sometimes you have to. I understand that, because you don't have the money. But as I said before, buy the best you can afford. All right, let's get that second one in there. All right, so you can see lots and lots of anti-seize on these bolts. And why not? Grease is cheap, or cheaper. Nothing's cheap anymore, but grease is cheap. So you know what? Use it and put it on. In terms of downtime and repair cost, grease is cheap. It really is. And my dad taught me that many years ago, driving mini bikes in the country. Do your maintenance, take care of your stuff. growing up in the country, living rural. Oh my God, you didn't dare leave your bicycle out in the rain with my dad around. When you came home and it was going to rain, you put your bicycle inside and put your stuff away. Because I'll tell you, one thing he didn't like was that kind of stuff. Spending money and then just leaving it out for a big shitter. He did not like that at all. Okay, there we go. We got that in. Okay, we got that on there. That's snapped in. As you guys can see, I just coupled that in. We got that on there and that on there now. You guys can see we got that on there. So now what we're going to put on there is we're going to put little contacts on here, a little dielectric grease on these terminations. And all this is basically, I'm going to assume that this grease, and no doubt it does, it has conductors in it, this grease, to allow electricity to flow through while lubricating. It allows you to lubricate and conduct current without issue. So that's what we put on those terminations, a little dielectric grease. Okay, we got that. That's good. All right. Again, we're not looking to kill these terminations. We're just looking to tighten them up. We're not looking to over tighten. All right. So there you have it. We got the factory plug there, and that's a moisture proof plug in there too. It's got the blue sealer inside too for weatherproofing and moisture, that plug. Good plug. Got these tied in, and you know what we're going to do before we button anything up? We're going to put these hot side on these batteries, and we're going to go for the contact and see what we got on the 7.3. Alright, we're going to have both of these. I got that one tied in. We'll get this hot side tied in this battery. Okay, both batteries are tied in. And we're going to fire this thing up. I haven't had this relay working for well over a year. So let's see. Hopefully all good news. And of course, there's my workbench for today right there. The back of the Nissan. And this Pro 4 Nissan, it will sit in the garage now all summer long. I washed it up underneath. I washed the outside, and it's going to sit inside all summer now. And I bring out the Cummins turbo diesel for the summertime for if I ever have to do any pulling of a trailer or anything like that. I put the big 3500 on the road. I'll show you guys that truck. That's a beast. That's a beauty truck too, man. And so the Nissan stays inside. This is a 2019 Nissan. And I think I got 30,000 kilometers on it. 19, 20, 23 years old. I think she's got about 18,000 miles on it. 4-liter V6. Not the best on fuel, but you know what? I like it. Okay. We're going to give her our best college try here. We'll give that power stroker a go, and we'll see where we end up here. All right, we got our weight to start. As Matt would say from Diesel Creek, contact. Oh yeah, baby. Listen to that puppy. Sounding good. 7.3 power stroke with a new glow plug relay. Cheered that no start issue right there. She's a little smoky back there in the back end, but I heard they love these things in California, just like that still weed eater. But this ain't California. Alright you guys, that's how you do that glow plug relay, 95 7.3 power stroke. When I get this outside, I'll give you guys a little bit better. I'm going to clean the truck up, we'll take her for a rip, and we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in and thanks for watching, and we got her running like a 7.3.